Was medieval scientific thought just superstition? Imagine living in a time when the stars were believed to be signs from God, and the universe was seen as a divine creation. That was the Middle Ages in Europe, a period full of curiosity and discovery. But was all of their scientific thinking just superstition? Not quite. It was a mix of faith, classical ideas, observation, and new ways of thinking. Some beliefs, like astrology, were based on the idea that celestial bodies influenced life on Earth. People thought planets and stars could predict events or tell the future. These ideas seem superstitious today, but they were part of how medieval scholars tried to understand the universe. At the same time, medieval science was rooted in the belief that the universe was orderly because it was created by God. This idea made scientists believe they could study nature and uncover its secrets. They used reason and careful observation, not just superstition, to explore the world. They studied ancient Greek and Roman texts, like those of Aristotle, Euclid, and Ptolemy. These works were preserved and translated from Arabic into Latin, especially after the 12th century. This revival of classical knowledge helped scholars develop methods to understand nature, math, and the cosmos. Medieval universities played a big role in spreading scientific ideas. Subjects like geometry, astronomy, and natural philosophy were taught in these schools. Thinkers like Thomas Aquinas and Albertus Magnus combined religious beliefs with scientific study. They believed that reason and observation were tools to better understand God's creation. Alchemy, often seen as mystical, also contributed to science by encouraging experiments and systematic testing. It laid the groundwork for later chemistry. In astronomy, medieval scholars used the geocentric model, which placed Earth at the center of the universe. While we now know this is not correct, they could predict celestial events like eclipses and planetary movements fairly accurately. These predictions were often seen as signs or omens, blending science with religious and cultural beliefs. Religion was not an obstacle but a motivator. The Catholic Church funded universities and scholars, and many scientists were clerics who believed studying nature was a way to understand God's work better. So, was medieval scientific thought just superstition? No, it was a rich mix of inherited classical ideas, religious faith, and new methods of observation. It was a time when people tried to understand the world around them using reason, faith, and experimentation. While some beliefs would later be replaced, medieval science laid important foundations for the scientific advances that came after.